Okay, I call the regular Highgate Selectboard meeting to order, March 21st. The first order of business is pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, public comment? Sue?
Yes, one quick question, and MJ Donuts vendor, I was in the town clerk yesterday. I would love to see her come and set up by our bake sale on Memorial Day. When I was doing it a couple years ago, one of the big questions was donuts. People were asking for donuts. So I would love to see her join us on Memorial Day. I would love to see her come and join us.
Okay, yeah. And,
That was one of my questions.
yeah,
The second question I've had, since it was just opened up on Facebook, and I think people should realize that the Highgate Manor is taking weddings and events now, and it should be out so people realize they are open and booking. Yes, I'm glad to see that place open back up.
okay.
I have one more question.
Okay, keep going.
The house in the park, I understand there's a for sale sign up there. What is going on with that?
Okay, as far as I know, Sharon and I did a little tour this afternoon, and, they are, the bank has it up for sale, and as far as that's what's happening right now, it's for sale, and it's in the realtor's hands right now, and we'll see what happens, and,
Now, they owe Highgate quite a bit of money, I understood. correct?
yes, yeah.
Yes, okay. How much do they owe Highgate?
$125,600.
Okay. Because I've had a couple people call me, and because they noticed the sign, and they know I come to the select board meetings, and I'm just bringing it forward, so I can let them know that they owe Highgate $125,600, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I need to
Changes
know.
every day though.
I say, how much,
Yeah.
how much every day?
Yeah,
Maybe
it's
it's
a
$100
percentage every day,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah, it goes up every day.
Okay. Okay.
Does the new buyer have to pay that?
Yeah.
It's a lien on the property, so.
I did, I've been
I
on.
answer my questions.
They're asking
That answers my
129.
Okay.
They want 130.
Any other public comment?
You gotta put a furnace in it and all the plumbing back in.
No other public comment? Oh, yeah.
I came 2 weeks ago, representing the Mississippi Valley Rescue, and I was coming back with some information for the board, for anybody else that wanted it. There was some question about call volume. So the numbers that I was able to obtain, in 2020, Mississippi responded to 285 calls in Highgate. Keep in mind, that was during COVID, so it was kind of an abnormality. In 2021, that went up to 422. In 2022, it went to 400. In 2023, we were around 360. So it does vary. This year's call volume is up for Highgate. Extrapolating for the whole year, we're expecting over 410. So that brings an average of around 375 calls per year, if you look at it as an average. The other question, if I had it correct from the board, was people wanted to know about the contract amount for Middlebury if Highgate were to have continued going to Middlebury, and that would have come out to just over $10,500 for a 12-month contract.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you guys have any questions?
Thank you.
Thanks for getting the info.
Thank you.
Okay, any other public comment? Okay, seeing none?
Oh, Ty's got one.
What?
Oh, I guess I do, yeah. I'm starting to get, questions about Memorial Day. So the Memorial Day Committee will have to meet
Yeah.
very soon and start this planning.
Yeah.
And we like to meet here, so that I don't have to chase you and Keith all over the neighborhood. I ain't doing that.
Okay,
Who is the committee,
okay,
and how did they become the committee? People ask me that all the time.
That's kind of what I was.
I guess it just showed up, we opened it up and asked certain people and,
I'm on the committee.
would you like to know who's on the committee?
Sure.
It'd be Keith, Ty, Richard Smith, Sue Coda, Denise,
Paradis.
Denise and Debbie Rouse and myself. And did I get everybody?
No.
Oh,
Sharon.
Sharon.
Tom Conley
And the
and Sharon.
parody over there, Paradise, the girl
We
that-
got her.
Yeah, she's good.
Denise, yeah, I got her.
Okay.
And Sharon, and I guess, and it was talk to ask Mary, Susan.
It was?
Hey, haven't got around to it yet.
Since we're on the subject, there will be no ticket sales
No,
this
no,
year.
no,
Glad we're on the same page already,
Yeah.
Richard.
no, I'm on it.
We did them straight.
Do you wanna schedule a meeting right now, get a date and time out there?
Yeah, and usually in the past, Sundays seem to be a good one. That's when everybody can make it in the past, so that's when everybody said it was the best.
Sunday mornings.
Yeah, Sunday mornings.
How about April 7th?
Sounds good.
What time?
10 o'clock.
That work for you?
Yeah.
Work for you?
At the church. At the arena,
No.
No,
Here.
because so Sharon, no, I have to hunt me up.
April 7th, Sunday. 10
So is that open to anybody that
Yes,
wants to come?
yeah.
Here.
Anybody wants to be part of it?
Okay. That's Eclipse weekend, you know it can be a little weird, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The
so
girls
that's
all
great.
Yeah.
Might be a lot of traffic.
Sunday, April 7th at 10 a.m. here. Okay, I'll warn it.
Okay. Any other public comment? You all set, Don?
Yeah, I thought it was before, but.
Okay, reorganization. The first thing is to open up for nominees for, chair.
I nominate Vern.
I second it.
Can I get a vote?
Nope.
Don't do that, you'll call the lawyer.
What'd she say?
Yeah, you call the lawyer. All in favor?
Aye.
Say aye. Welcome, Vern.
Thanks, thank you so much, Richard.
Yeah, here, you wanna take over? It's all yours.
No, no, you got the rest of this meeting.
Jeez.
No, it's yours.
All right.
I watched Eastburg the other night, they switched over, so.
Well, thank you for the, thank you for the honor. Thanks for being good mentors to get me to this position, and if I'm screwing up, let me know.
Oh, they will.
Well, I will.
Yeah.
They will. Oh, they will.
All right,
Nominate vice chair?
oh yeah, I guess we gotta do the rest. Vice chair, yeah, because I was vice chair, sorry.
Who's on there?
No,
I'll nominate Mary.
I second it.
Do I have a motion? Or all, I'm sorry, all those who say aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Congratulations, Mary.
Well, thanks.
I think that's it, right?
That's it.
Okay,
That's all the organization we got.
that's it, it's good. Actually, for the record, we do have 5 seats, so we're still looking for, one more, person to join the board, so if you're interested, send us a letter to Sharon and, over there.
So you had a letter.
We do have a letter.
Yeah,
I'll
we
break
do
that
have one.
off later.
Yep, we do have one right now, but if anybody else is interested, please, put your name in. Next, we got the massive request for ATV use on the frontage road to Carterville, to Campania, to St. Armand, to Parent, to Tart, to Gore, to Buck.
So it's the pig line.
Oh, you got that, cool.
Yep.
I'll give it to you.
Okay.
Tell me which one, tell me that. Lost stuff in there.
I'd read these to you, but I forgot my glasses. Unless you borrow mine.
There's not no picture on
I
it.
tried that one, I can't see how it is either. But one of them's the club's responsibility, and the other one's Bass's responsibilities. Then the last page is, the members, that, 51%, I think it's 50, what, how many percent is that? Well, the average age is 51. Why don't you read it, you just last note.
Yeah, people under 20, there's only 44. 20 to 29, 437. 30 to 39, 754. 40 to 49, 1,227. And this is statewide. This isn't just,
Yeah, that's
it's
not
not
just our club.
just here. So, most of the members of the clubs are adults, responsible, for the most part, everything we've seen. Now, it's not just a bunch of kids out harassing people and acting stupid.
Yeah, it's like 60%, I think it's close to 60% are 15 above. And then it's like 46% below 50, the age.
15 and above, yeah.
Then also too, I brought a bunch of signs. You want me to bring them up, you guys go through them, so you can see what we're up to, you want me to flash card them to you?
I don't, no, if you,
Don't mind.
Alright, well, the little ones are ones we use on the trail. These tell you to use the travel lane, and the little ones. Then common sense to stop home. And then, if you have like elderly people or handicapped or something, you hang up the sensitive areas. Whatever you guys say for speed limits. We have 10, 15, 25. Then we have our junctions ahead, our sharp corners, and don't trash them on. Our yield right of ways, then our big signs that we hang at the beginnings, you know, stay right, stay on the trails. No ATVs. Join a club. Helmets required with the fine on the bottom. I think it's $300 and something. The use of trails, members only. Go this way, go that way, whichever way you're going. And then the big signs that put no ATVs this way, no ATVs that way. Other than that, we're just asking for the roads that we asked for.
Is this gonna be year-round in summer or?
It's May,
It's like the end of September.
yeah, May 15th
Close our
till
trails.
October.
Okay.
Yeah, Swan stays open all year long, but
These are all gonna be registered ATVs?
yes,
Yeah, you have
registered in majority in Bass.
Okay.
Yeah, they have to have the sticker, the VASA sticker, license plate on them. And in order to get the VASA sticker, you have to prove the VASA you have insurance.
Okay.
Yeah, and then VASA was gonna give us X amount of dollars for sheriff departments and game wardens, but to get them there is to get them there.
right, that's,
Yeah,
Okay.
but I mean, just stay out of the village, you know, just, all we need is that one little section, and we can make it from Swanton to New Hampshire.
for me personally, I'm not a ATV or UTV owner anymore. I was actually probably one of the original ones that signed up with VASA when they first started in the state years ago. It's funny that this happened this week. I was going through Franklin and there was a guy in a UTV with his dog going 25 mile an hour down the edge of the road, going down Main Street, Franklin, and
I saw that guy, you just see, the dog was loving it more than the guy was, but,
Yeah.
it seems that we often throw the baby out with the bathwater when it comes to these issues. We're gonna have ATVs on the road that we don't want on the road because they're gonna break laws and they break rules, they don't care. In my opinion, we should allow this to happen because there's so few things in life anymore we can enjoy without costing us an arm and a leg.
Right.
And these people are legal. They're doing it legal, they're doing it right. I ran into a group in New York. There was 10 UTVs. And I didn't mind sitting at the stop sign a little bit longer because they were cutting me off. They had right of way. But it did bother me a bit because those people are loving life and they were all over 50. And it was like,
Usually older
there
guys.
was 10 of them. I was so impressed with that. And so I personally have no problem with allowing this to happen. I have not heard any feedback from the people on these roads personally.
I will want to speak when you're done. I have
Of course.
something I'd like to say.
The
Of
other
course.
thing they were saying
This
that
is just,
do break the laws and all that, they're gonna be there anyway. They,
Whether you are or
it's,
not.
yeah.
it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen.
It's the kid with a quad.
You can't avoid that.
No.
And so for me personally, I have no problem with this. It's just my opinion.
Riding hours, daylight or,
Well, you can, set that if, you know, as a
Okay.
condition, if that's what you guys wanna do. But usually there's no, you know, they all got lights, brake
Yeah.
lights, they all got everything. But if there's an area where
It
we're
usually
close to
dark.
houses and stuff, you know, people don't want that, if that's a problem, then that should be closed.
okay. The reason I ask is, I was in 2018 or so, we had a pack riding 1, 2 a.m. in the morning
Oh, that will never happen.
through Highgate, raising hell. That's, I know you guys aren't those guys, but,
No, we're bed by like 9 o'clock.
right, right. You can't have that. You can't have 1, 2,
This
2
is-
o'clock in the morning stuff.
That's the group that
That-
That's
doesn't,
gonna do it anyhow.
doesn't respect people.
Right.
They don't respect people, they don't care, they don't follow rules.
But they're also from
The
other
vast,
counties down south.
the vast
Some up here in
majority-
Franklin County, so.
server, the vast majority when I was in Vasa, that was in Vasa, was all 4-stroke machines.
Yeah.
There were very few 2-strokes and those are the ones that are gonna raise Cain with noise.
And most of the machines are side by sides now, of course,
Right.
they're all 4-stroke, they're all quiet. It's not, how many are, I don't think we've had anybody ride with us, they're actually on ATVs.
Jameson did once.
Oh, okay, well, but he's older too, he's quiet.
And actually, we have 8,000 members in our club, and there's 17,000 ATVs registered in Vermont. So we need to get them in,
Yeah.
but.
And to get them in, you need
Farmers
roads
get up
for them
here
to
and
ride.
enjoy.
As long as they're not all riding here on the same day.
Right.
You're good.
No, it's not
Yeah,
that.
right.
Is it mostly like the fish and wildlife that are, the,
Patrols?
yes,
They used to be, it's mostly sheriff now.
it's now mostly the sheriff
But
department?
if you go up to like Island Pond, places like that, fishing game, take care of that. They'll hide on the trail.
So they're monitoring
they
for
will.
the
Oh, yeah.
animals?
You come around the corner, if you don't have your helmet on, you're getting.
Cause you watch that show, about the game wardens,
Oh,
and they do show Maine, and they do show New Hampshire, and how they hide when they're buzzing by, all of a sudden,
I'll tell you what, New Hampshire stuff.
yeah.
In New Hampshire, you have to have your mirrors, you have to have your lights, you gotta have your helmet, I mean, and if you don't,
And you gotta be a certain age.
right. And over here.
They don't live free or die on the utility?
They do if you have a bank account.
But I mean, we can't promise patrol. I
No.
mean,
No, we
we've
understand.
tried and you just can't do it.
Vern, you need a motion?
Actually, I think we have
Yeah.
some other people want to talk here, yeah.
Okay, I'm not against this, so don't, you know, what I would like to know is, why doesn't the town just open up the roads for the town to begin with? Because I live on Lincoln Street, I can take the town road to Mill Hill, to the St. Armand Road, to get to the pier. I'd love to take a side-by-side and go to Franklin or Swanton, but I won't have access because
You'd have to trail it.
yeah, and I don't wanna trailer it, there's more expense, I wanna live the free life,
Live
the
free
fun
your
life.
life.
And I-
And when you register, you.
And actually, I've had people call me
Our club.
about getting St. Armand up around the horn, but I didn't wanna push it.
Well, I want to push it, because I really think it's time the town opens up the town, even if you do it as a temporary thing to see how it goes for 6 months or a year.
What I'd like to do is try this,
Yeah.
just for a few months, couple months, just to see how the younger kids take to it. I know when it was down to MVU, there were some older ones, and they did well with it, and the younger kids stopped and stuff, but I just like it, just 3 months or so.
So you're gonna ruin it for me, so I can't go from my town road to go onto their trails. That's what you're telling me. It's gonna be ruined for me as a property owner in the town of Highgate that pays taxes.
Well, I'm not trying to.
Yeah, you are.
Okay,
Yes, you
sorry.
What?
Okay.
I was gonna bring up the same thing. I'm a mile from
Yeah,
where they want
Yeah.
to open.
yeah.
Legally.
This request, and it's nothing against Facet or
No.
anything,
Correct.
is for
I hear
people
that.
passing through Highgate. It's no benefit to the town of Highgate,
No, it's not.
unless you're going
To
to
open up.
all the roads. Not all the roads, and I don't think tonight is a motion to open the roads. I think you need to write a policy and adopt a policy.
Right. That's what I'm saying, Ty. Just go a couple months, and when we get everything written, I'm not saying I'm against it, or, I just like to go into it. And I'm one of those guys too, that I have to trailer mine when I'm with,
About 6 years ago, when Andy King was on your board, this was brought up to open up the roads, and we'll get back to it. We're gonna table it and get back to it. Well, it's been 6, 7 years now, we're just getting back to it now.
we will get back to it, I
I'll
promise.
schedule another meeting.
We'll get back to
And
it,
then-
'cause we're gonna.
I,
Go ahead, Ty.
Because I just feel now,
Sorry, Vern.
Well, so, yeah.
I think that's pretty
Sorry.
fair. what they're
That's all right.
proposing.
Yeah, but you should open it up to the,
Trial.
some
Open it up to
hiking
everybody.
people too,
3 months.
besides, so they can get to these
Why not?
trails.
We have to come up with the roads. But why, if we're gonna open it up for this, for a trial, open them all up for a trial.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
But we have to come up with the roads,
Yeah.
we have to come up with the policy like Ty said, but why wouldn't we do that? If we're gonna open it up for this road as a trial, open all the roads up as a trial, that gives you definitely more involvement.
Well,
Let's see
usually
how
what
it goes.
Facet does is anything the state plows is off limits.
Like a 50
Right.
mile.
I mean,
road.
you can cross it, or go
Right.
from like, Lampkin down to Gore Road, a little Z or
So,
something.
so what you're saying, she couldn't go from her house to, Carter Hill?
No,
no.
Right, no, she can't go to Carter Hill, but she could go across
Go
Gore
across
Road
Lampkin.
or
Yeah.
St.
I
Albert.
go around, St. Armand's, go that way.
It's all secondary roads.
What road would
Any
you
other
use
town.
to get to, the frontage road?
What roads do we use?
Yeah,
Swan's
Right here.
open.
Swanton's open.
so you can go right down
From Robert.
78,
Yeah.
right to,
No,
It ends at
we
Robert.
come, we come down frontage road, down to the red light, take a left down Robin Hood Drive. You cross Route 7, Swanton let us open that up over to the BB Road.
Do something.
And I'm trying to get Ryan Rowell to let us use that little section, so we can
Right.
stay off Route 7.
but if you come from the Robin Hood Drive,
Yeah,
Coming this way,
come back toward Highgate, how would you get to the frontage road?
Frontage road's part of Swan.
Yes,
Sure.
but that's the part the state plows.
but you can go on
Right,
Robert
but-
Drive
but-
and take a right and come up 78,
but when you
So they let you go that
That
little,
section.
that's a short section?
because it's in town.
Okay,
Because
that's
that's-
what I'm just
that's-
asking.
that's a
But
good-
that is a state park.
right, but the main trail coordinator, in
We're gonna
there,
put us on.
you go through the state, you're allowed so many feet at a certain mile per hour.
Richard, this is
Like
like
temporary
temporary
hour.
first.
We can do that.
Yeah.
But, that's
What's the
just,
difference if
what's
we do it for them or do
We,
it
I
for?
mean, it's a matter of.
Okay.
It's not
Board, take control of your meeting.
It's not a body seating, so.
Burn.
All right, so,
Yes, question.
oh, go ahead, sorry.
My question is about, policy, the ordinance. We have an ordinance now that says none.
Correct, that's where I was going with this.
I don't see the point of amending that ordinance a million times to do certain roads for 3 months and then add more road. Rip the Band-Aid off. That's confusing to our residents and a lot of work for you.
It's a lot of public meetings to get that ordinance changed.
Right.
Yeah, I was part of that because we had a real problem back in 2017, 2018. Lack of enforcement was the big thing.
Yeah.
Everybody thought they could ride anywhere, any speed, anytime. It was hellish driving up frontage road. I was getting passed it. I was doing 50 and I was getting passed by ATVs. And that's why we came up with the ordinance.
Sounds like a good test for our new patrol.
There you
Yeah,
go.
so my thought is kind of with Richard on this one right now. I'm an ATV owner myself. I don't ride on the roads though. We try it with Vaza for a couple months. We see how this goes once the riding season starts. And if we're not hearing anything bad, then we can talk again. We're not gonna table it, we will talk again, about opening up all Highgate. My only worry is, I look at other towns in the news, I think Newport did it, I think,
Newport has done it, yes.
They're still doing it.
they're still doing it. There's another town, Bakersfield, I think did it, rescinded it.
Yep.
I think there's some fatalities up there.
Well, Bakersfield's doing is they're making you buy a Bakersfield pass.
Oh, really? Yeah,
Franklin's open.
okay.
They're open on either side of us.
Yeah.
So we're kind of in the middle and we're not open, we're the island in the middle is what you're
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Right.
But
Yeah.
my thing with this, living on Lincoln Street for over 35 years, I've seen a lot of ATV traffic, a lot. My thing with this is there'll be, I think, more control because I see so many without their helmets. You know, they'll have to wear a helmet, they'll have to do the speed limit, you know, I think you'll see a better control. on
And I
some
can
of
order
this
as many of
also.
these as we need.
Then you figure these guys would be
You
riding
discover
around.
most people are
also,
blind when it comes to signs.
You should be riding there by, stop these guys.
The best- The best policing is gonna be each other.
Yeah, I'm
It's
saying,
not gonna be law enforcement, it's gonna be each
Pretty
other.
much.
Right,
You're gonna shame them into wearing a helmet because you're screwing it up for us.
Right.
right.
I think,
And they'll respect that.
Do you guys have any ability to internally police at all, or does it all have to be done by authority?
No, we can't.
We tried that, but they said we'd have to go to school and become a cop. And
You can't read.
and we can't muscle them like Shumway wanted to.
yeah, Todd?
the only thing I got, if you open it up, is VASA needs to take an active role in making sure the non-members, and some of the members, let's be honest, not all the members are
Right.
doing everything right, know that frontage road sand pits are private and public owned property that aren't open to
Right.
riders.
There'll be
Yeah, we know
signs,
that.
signs put up there.
I know you guys know it, but it's still a huge problem.
Oh, I know.
There's always gonna be.
And it's always gonna be, but
Yeah, side by side,
Gotta
cars,
have-
trucks, jeeps.
you gotta have their buy-in too to help, especially if that road's open all the way from Northeast Kingdom, you know,
The frontage road is open now.
not in Highgate,
Not
No.
Swamp,
Right.
Swamp part of it is.
right? And you can't get in the same, well, I guess you probably could, but.
You can't use a happy hour road, come out on the Furlands corner, to cut short through there.
Well, you can't get permission to go through the sand pit.
That's a town class, that used to be a class 4
It's
road,
abandoned.
but it's abandoned. Cause that used to be a class 4 road through there at one time.
Yeah, that's how we used to ride.
Question, guys, when does riding season start for you? Normally?
May.
May. June, July. So how about we give this May and June, we come back to this in July, and we see how it's going.
Is that gonna be just for the VASA or for all of
I'm
Highgate?
leaning just my, we got three members to vote here, but mine is try it with Bassett for a couple months, we'll see how it goes. And then we'll talk again about opening it up.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
You gonna trailer my ATV for me?
Yeah, I
Of
will.
course not, okay. No, I'll just.
They're not gonna be able to catch you and I at the same time. So. I'll go that way, you go.
I don't know, I'm getting old, I'm getting old.
You have to make sure you're doing.
Oh, yeah, I wanna do
Have the
everything legal.
stickers and all that.
That's why you don't see on the road, because I wanna make sure it's all legal.
I don't agree with it, Mike. Doesn't matter. Good.
Any discussion?
Giving me a ride.
All right, I'd like to go ahead and make a motion that Vasa be able to use the depicted trails on their map there, starting this riding season. Give them the permission to do that, and ride respectfully, of course, which you will,
Right.
and follow the rules.
All right.
Can I amend that motion? Can I amend the motion?
The minutes. Yep.
And that we revisit this in July
Yes,
for the rest of the town.
July?
whatever the July meeting is, first Thursday in July.
No,
No, it's only one meeting on that month.
When is it?
So you wanna do the last one in June?
Yeah.
It's the last one in June.
Last one in June.
You
Sound
have-
better?
You have the date for that? June?
Yeah, Sharon will get it.
Okay,
Write that down.
thank you.
And I can let you know.
Thank you.
I can let you know right here.
Okay.
I'm here on
So I'll make that
You
motion.
okay with
They
that?
make the, I'm good with them.
So, I guess I got a question, how's
Okay.
that,
June 20th.
Thank you.
how's that look in your policy?
Well, we're gonna have to go back and, we're gonna have to go back and if that happens, we're gonna have to warn the policy and change it.
Are you already gonna have to work policy and change it now because you granted them permission to use certain roads, but you have no ATV ordinance?
That's a good question.
Yes,
That's what I was talking about.
yes.
Yeah,
Gonna have to amend it now.
then you're gonna have to change it again once you open it up for everybody else, so you might as well just open it up and change it one time.
Give it a shot. Worst you can do is shut it down again.
Yeah.
Or shut that down and go back to this.
We got till May, right? You guys don't start riding until May, right? What is it right now, March, so. Yeah, we got a couple meetings, we could still,
I don't think that policy is terribly long,
It's
maybe a
not.
couple
It's
pages.
short.
Swans with it being open isn't very long either, so it should be easy to amend.
yeah, be one paragraph to add you guys in there, and then if we open it up, one more paragraph to open it up.
So if you open the entire town, are you gonna require VASA membership?
Absolutely.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Definitely.
That guarantees a lot of stuff for us, so.
That gives us a bunch more money too to maintain trails,
Mhm.
our landowners that are good to us.
Insurance pieces in there, yeah. The safety, definitely.
So where do we leave that motion?
I think we're gonna table it,
No?
well, because we gotta rewrite it, we gotta come up with a wording for an amendment to the policy to let these guys ride.
We could still vote on it with the condition of amending the policy.
Yeah, and I'll just put the, warning in next select board meeting.
Okay.
So read me what you wanted to say, cause that made no sense.
All right, going back to this, make a motion to let Vassar use the depicted trails and roads that they want to right now. Starting their riding season in May.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not a good.
With the amendment of the policy.
Sharon has it. You can print that off.
Right.
With
The map.
Pending the amendment of the policy.
pending the amendment of the no ATV policy.
Okay.
And then you can put in your notes too, we're gonna open it up on June 20th again, to reconsider, opening up all of Highgate to ATVs. And then everybody would have to register with Bassett.
Hey, Vern, I wanna slow you up a little bit.
Go for it.
You're saying all the Highgate, but one of my biggest problems is, I don't think they need to be on the rail trail,
Oh,
you
no,
know.
no,
No, but I understand.
No, I know what you're saying.
Because
You say it
these
ain't.
younger ones are gonna say, oh, it's opened up, we can use the rail trail with, like bicyclers and runners on it.
We'll have to have specific road names in this.
Yeah, right.
That's
it's
why,
added.
that was another reason why I wanted the town roads opened up, to keep them off the rail trail.
Yeah.
Yeah, safer for the walkers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hikers.
And the bike-
Can
yes.
you guys come up with what you would like to see if Highgate was all the way open, the roads that you would want to see open to
See, well,
ATVs?
this.
That
is
meets
what-
the criteria for Bassett.
This is basically what we were after,
Right,
but
he's,
like you said, resident
It's
of Highgate. you can
non-Vermont
have a
plowed
way to
road,
get-
that's the easiest way to answer that.
To your road, to your
Like
trail.
78 should be like
I
off
mean,
limits,
state plowed,
unless you're crossing, or
right.
just coming from like off Lambkin Street,
Right.
going down a little bit to the next DeGore Road or whatever, something like that. But
And actually, people on this side, like say they wanted to go to Swanton Beach, they can just hit like Maury Road, down Woods Hill Road, down BB Road, but on the backside.
Yep.
You know, without having to cross 207 or whatever, and people on this side just have to go this way. But, when you get from this side to that side, you be able to cross, just not, you're not gonna go down 207 or down 78 or.
I just think it helps local businesses, gas stations,
It does.
stores.
Yeah, it helps a lot there too.
You go to Canada and you drive across main drags
We
to
do.
get to gas stations on your ATV.
Yeah.
It's part of the trail system.
Yeah, everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they can look up the small towns, and that'll give you the idea what they got for rules. You know, because Swamp should have it somewhere,
Yeah, they get it.
and you can look it up, and this is what we can go by for their rules.
I think we did that already.
Or Franklin, or whatever they got for rules, is that you can,
We did it, zero policy. We have
Swan
not,
did kind of messed up.
everything got policy. Yeah,
Excluded the
well,
village.
Okay.
Town of Swan's over.
Yeah.
Excluding the village. But you can get to this end of the village, and then you can't get to the other end of the village, like.
So even
Sure,
though-
right, so you got this all around all the
Well,
road.
maybe that's what it
to
is.
see that.
Open it till May.
So
Yeah.
where
For
are
the
we at
Vasa.
with this motion?
But that screws
Are we
up the
still
ordinance
discussing?
stuff.
What does?
We'll
What's
open it up what they were asking for,
Still messes up the ordinance.
beginning of riding season in May.
Well, we're
The
making,
ordinance
we're
has to
gonna
be
read-
amended.
yes, we're, that's what
Reapproach
we're talking
it,
about, is
and
we're
see
making
about
an
opening it
amendment
up.
to the no ATV policy for them
Town roads.
to ride on those roads from May till June 20th, until we readdress this. And then we're gonna look up, and I'm pretty familiar with what we did to make it zero tolerance for ATVs, but now I gotta research the other way. Opening up and get educated like you guys about, what would you say, no plow roads, no state plow
No
roads?
state plow roads.
No state plowed roads.
Okay,
You can just cross them, that's it.
so what we'll probably have to do is take an inventory of all the roads here, and we'll have to put it in writing as to what roads you can ride on.
It's usually like a road that's 50-mile-an-hour speed limit.
Yeah.
It's usually considered taboo. Unless you're crossing, you're just going
Correct.
short distance. And you can't just go on
So
78 and say,
that was the Gore Road.
I'm going to
That's 50 through there.
East Highgate. And so-
Gore Road is still considered a state road.
Yeah, that's a state road.
It is?
Mhm.
Yep.
I don't think we voted on the motion.
You got a motion, you got a second?
No, I heard it, you had a motion, and you amended it.
Yep.
Well, amended by Kyle. So, yeah, I think that's where we left it.
Would you mind reading what we said?
Motion to let Vasa use the depicted roads, starting with their May riding season, pending amendment of the current no ATV policy, and to bring it back up on June 20th to reconsider all town roads. Did that cover it?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, I'll second. All those say
Aye.
aye. Aye.
And it's all right to put these roads on ride command,
Put them on what?
ride command.
It's a GPS system.
the app.
Vasa has. You can download it. It's a Polaris app. You can go right on your phone, download.
Probably technically, probably shouldn't do it until our next meeting to amend the policy, right?
Well, it wouldn't be for a little while anyways, because I got
Sure,
the guys
that's
up
true.
there.
Yeah.
So.
Like what?
They can run that, it's opening up in May.
Yeah. So when would you guys start posting signs?
Anytime you want.
Anytime you want.
Okay, I guess after mud season. I
Yeah,
mean, think it's good to ride, not truck or anything.
yeah.
Yeah.
And, you gotta get permission from, like, if we wanna put them on, like, a utility pole, we have to ask if that's all right.
What are they usually on, stake?
Utility poles.
Some people put up, they're all over the place. Some people let the car run on their mailbox. Some places we have, what was this, those 4-foot posts or whatever. They're on telephone poles, they're everywhere.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I ask one more question?
Sure.
This Buck Road, that comes out in the Dandelion Road in Franklin?
Is that that little class 3 road?
That's where the, barriers
Blocks
are.
are.
Anything else? Yeah, we're all set, girls.
No, I'm all set.
All right, thanks for coming by. Thank you.
June 20th?
And hold our feet to the fire about June 20th.
All right, I'm gonna be back
All right.
June 20th,
All right.
you up.
We'll be here with you.
How come I know you will?
Thank you guys for running for Vasa.
It's not good faith, get your Vasa before June and make sure your stickers are on.
There you go.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Actually, maybe we can all get together if you want to green up day.
Thank you.
Sure, why not? Thank you.
Have a good one. All right, next we got Public Works update, Mr. Nick Scott.
Pavement, Blake wants to come early May. They want to try and get us done, before they start their projects. They're doing a big project in 104 and a big project in 89. So rather than potentially get us bumped again, he wants to come here first. So everything's ready with the exception of one culvert replacement. We got everything prepped last year and it's done.
Which culverts, Mishi Road?
Yes. So unless there's opposition from you guys, that's obviously it's weather dependent and
Right.
right for the season, but as soon as we're able to, he's gonna try and get here first and do what was supposed to have been done last year. And then we had talked at town meeting about doing a June, July kind of paving, so we would do, say, last year's in June and then the next season in July. But I'm gonna try, again, unless there's opposition from you guys, to do on purpose this year what we did last year. So we're still in the same fiscal year, we're still in the same budget year. We just haven't done it in our typical time frame. So if we can wait every year, we'll figure out what we wanna pay for this next season. We'll put out an RFP June, July to get our bids, and then have the work slated to be done next spring, when everybody's hungry. And you'll get a lot more turnout on your bids. And Pike can present me with paperwork where it actually works out to be about 10% cheaper. We'll get that kind of.
So Nick, what roads are you talking about doing and was supposed to be done?
For May,
Yeah,
so May, we're gonna do, Rainville Road,
yeah,
the portion of St. Armand from down my place to Compano,
yeah,
and Macy Road from Dragon Farm. I don't remember exactly where it terminates, toward Moy.
yeah.
And so we'll go, St. Armand, Macy, there's section.
Probably
4.
close to William, huh?
Yeah, been right in there.
Yeah.
Section of Gore, you said?
Yep.
So is it from above me
Yep.
up the top of the hill?
Yep.
Okay,
And then, Derby Road.
okay.
So, not more on Derby Road, just the portion of
The
Derby.
portion of road, yeah.
Yeah. That's everything that was supposed to have been done and is already contracted, just didn't get done yet.
Is this including, next fiscal year's paving as well?
You know,
Okay. So do we want them to do everything at the same time while they're here?
We haven't really talked about it, because we would have to put out the bids still, and,
If it doesn't make any difference to you, it doesn't make any difference to me, but if it was easier and more cost effective,
I don't think it could change enough.
okay?
I don't even have anything pinned down yet, as far as what I've decided I want to try and do. I actually hadn't even really considered it, because I know in the past, the auditors have been a little
Yeah,
fussy about doing.
they don't love it, but they know that we gotta take it when we can get it, so, yeah.
I'm hoping to get into the routine of, we'll transition into doing spring paving. And if we can do our RFPs for the year in June, July, accept the bids, and then have the work to be done in the spring, when nobody else essentially is paving and everybody wants to be. And then we can kind of get ahead of it. It'd be June, July rush, because everybody wants to pave last week of June, first week of July, because that's when budgeting is. And that's where the big push comes from. So if we can get ahead of that, or behind, however you want to look at it, one way or the other. We're not skipping, we're still in the same budget year, it's just, we seem odd.
Just saving money.
Essentially, yes.
Save 10%.
That's okay.
That's quite a bit.
That's okay.
Yeah,
Yep, do it.
so that's where we're at with that. Street sweeping, I have spoken to the same guy that did it last year, and we're again gonna try and consolidate our moving costs, so we try and do it the same day or two as Franklin does it, so he travels, he charges Franklin travel one way, he charges us travel one way, so it saves us both a little cash. I don't have a date yet, last year, he was here around 15th of May, so I'm assuming it's gonna be about the same time, depending on what the weather does, and if winter decides it's gonna continue every couple of weeks, may go out a little further. Last year, it wasn't completely satisfactory everywhere, so this year, we're gonna try and go ahead of him a little bit with our broom, and we're gonna try to do a little prep work, we're gonna try to clean up intersections and stuff ahead of him, so he can focus on the straighter stuff, and see if we can get a little meter drop out of it, right out of the hole. We kind of chased him around a little bit last year to clean up after. Wendy did some of her own cleaning after he had been through. We'll try and clean it up a little bit ahead of him. He doesn't do everything. He does
The middle of the road.
the quail, and we've got bits and pieces that we are still gonna do ourselves, so he doesn't have to travel to each end of the town. He does a vast majority of it for us, and the cost is the same as last year, so. Their roads, everything has been gravelled, or covered in gravel at least once. A few of them have been graded, but the weather hasn't exactly cooperated for that tremendously yet. Some of them are getting a little soft, but for the most part, everything's holding up fairly well. We don't have anything that's super terrible.
We get a lot, I wanna tell you, Nick, getting a lot of good comments from people from Berkshire, Richford. They come and one guy stopped and said, boy, the Highgate's roads, they're dirt roads, you don't sink during mud season like you do in Berkshire and Richford. You know, I wanna say thank you. You do a good job.
We're trying to keep ahead of it, and stay on. I mean, we don't have nearly the miles to take care of that some of those guys do either.
Right.
And the material is a lot different, which helps, but we're given the budget to do what we're doing, and it's working so far. That's about it for me.
I have one question.
Sure.
I know when he came down on my road and did the sweep to clean off the road. My concern with that on my road right now, because my road is breaking up pretty bad right now, and I mean, and Nick knows that. If the sweeper goes down there, I'm afraid it's just gonna break it up more, and that's one of my concerns. And Nick knows what I'm talking about. He knows the road is really bad. Now that the bus is going down there, that extra weight is on the bus, it is tipping really bad, very bad. I don't know what the answer is, but I hate to see a sweeper go down there and put more weight on that road.
Cold patch? No.
It's cracked. It's all.
It's bad,
spider
it's
webs.
bad.
So we don't coat that. I don't even think crack seal guy would consider it crack seal.
It hasn't been done in about
Should be on
20
your
years,
list of
That's
next
one of the ones we're gonna look at pretty hard for next.
because it's getting really bad.
For not this year, but next year, would it?
For the
Okay.
next, yeah.
The whole road or just the end of it?
Yeah, it's,
It's bad.
it could all use it. The end of it is definitely worse than the beginning.
On my end, it's really bad.
There's a
Really
section
bad.
there that's, it's getting more cracks.
And my concern is that that sweeper was down there, that's the extra weight on that road. And I can just see pieces flying.
Yep.
That's a very concern of mine.
There will be no sweeper down there,
Thank you, Dick. I'd like to,
except for me with back.
thank you, Nick.
Okay, Bert?
Yep.
I got one thing, Nick, you and I talked about it, I talked a little bit about Sharon. I've had a visitor come see me about putting a culvert in the middle of Fisher Hill. To put the manure hose through so they don't have to travel the roads, the Cassidy Road and with all them trucks. I haven't got a chance to talk to the board as much about it, but I think, I don't know what your feeling is, I don't know what the board feeling is. I think it's something that I know if we do it, it's opening up a can of worms to all these other farmers that are gonna wanna run it too. I think it saves, but I think, I don't think town of Highgate should invest the whole thing. Maybe they furnish the culvert, or I don't know if we dig it, or, you know. what's your feeling, I guess is what I'm,
So I didn't realize it was a culvert he was interested in.
well, he talked
I
about
thought we were
boring.
drilling.
Yeah, he talked about that, but then I heard that could get pretty expensive,
I
3,000 to 4,000,
I
something.
chewed a little bubble gum with Brian Jordan. Just, I mean, round numbers.
Yeah,
They said that application is typically about 10,000.
oh, wow. I think a culvert would be better.
I guess I never considered the possibility of just installing a new culvert just to use. I think we should do whatever we can to support the idea of pumping and injecting
Right.
rather than hauling.
Right, and
To what point, I'm not sure.
and I'm kind of against, I went underneath it and I looked up and they put a bridge across, and
I've got really mixed reviews about that too.
because if something surges or something,
Right.
and what if that busts, and, you know, who's reliable? The farmer, the guy, the town of Highgate, you know, if it goes, you know, I'm worried about that too, so, you know, I think it's something, I guess it's part of the new way of farming, and, you know,
We looked at it a little bit last week, and there are a couple north of Cassidy Road already in place.
yeah.
I don't know what it would take logistically to use those culverts that are already, or if it's even possible. If we were to use a culvert at a different location that's already there, then I think he's gonna have to talk with new landowners about
Yes.
coming out of it
Right.
compared to where he is now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I definitely am gonna fly the flag of pumping and injecting is way better for us than hauling, for sure. There's no
Yeah.
doubt.
Yeah.
There's gotta be monies for that. That's the way they wanna go too for clean water.
Right.
There's gotta be some money somewheres for that, I would think.
Yeah, my fear would be, you give it to one farmer, every farmer wants it, and not only does every farmer want it, but every farmer wants it for every field they have. So it's not one culvert, it's 50 per farm, and there's no money to pay Nick to plow the roads anymore, because you've used all your money.
But being a state road, the Boros is considered a state road.
I don't know why everybody thinks it's a state road, because I put a lot of money to it every year.
Yeah. But they said 207 is considered state,
Yeah, it's listed as a state road.
so it should be state money.
Why is it on our inventory when we allow it then?
That Gore Road?
Yeah,
207
north, they call
that's 207 north.
I know
Well,
that.
207 continues all the way to Franklin, it's
Yeah.
the same road.
Yes, but we maintain it, don't we?
Yeah.
Gore
It's
Road,
not a
we do.
state maintained road.
But it's still considered a state road though. Cause it's ours.
If it was considered a state road, the state would be paving it, you know what I mean? But it is listed as 207
Yeah.
/4. Who does driving permits on?
We do.
Anything else?
I think that's,
Okay. I'm trying to bring up my maps, like, the internet's not working, I can't bring up Fisher Hill, I'm trying to figure out where you're talking about.
It's the intersection of Cassidy and Gore.
Large Hill
The large hill.
right, it's
Okay.
right in the middle of the hill.
Yep,
So between,
there we go.
right above the Schwinger farm.
So, to give that farmer, I'm guessing it's a farmer that came saw you, Richard,
Yeah.
some guidance, would the board say that they were in support of it if that farmer could find federal dollars to do the project?
He said he would help, but, you know, he would like a little help from the town of Highgate. So I think eventually he will come to a board meeting and so I wanted to bring it up, so everybody's gonna, you know.
Sounds like a can of worms to me.
Oh, you'd have to, in my opinion, I love the idea of keeping those heavy trucks off the roads, the beating up that the roads take with these heavy trucks but to me, there's a way of doing this that you'd have a limit of X amount per, request. So that would keep you from having to do excessive amounts for any one person. And they've gotta have skin in the game as far as expense.
I was gonna say, maybe even nothing monetary on the town, but maybe some labor help with the
Something.
equipment.
Something, they gotta have some skin in the
We
game.
can't use our budget for farmers,
No,
sorry.
no, there's gotta be a way that we could work something out
Yeah,
that would be beneficial for both the farmers and for the town.
Yeah, because this particular farmer screamed and hollered about the Cassidy Road, which is now in much better shape than the Durkee Road, which has a lot more population.
Something we need to approach, I guess.
Tell them to pump it all the way down the hill, through that culvert there and then back up the hill again. Cause you got that tunnel going underneath the bridge, right there underneath this lower road, at the bottom, where the farmer has his cows go through. Have them pump it. You can pump alongside the road and go under, then back up side the road, and you won't be on nobody else's property.
All right, I guess we'll wait until your guest comes in and talks to the board.
Your guess.
Visitor. All right, moving along, Shelley, town treasurer.
I'll be real quick, cause this has been a long meeting already. Check warrants in front of somebody, I don't know who's got it, I'm guessing Richard.
I'll bring my ambulance.
Thanks, Richard.
I make a motion to accept the check warrant.
I'll second it.
All those who say aye,
Aye.
everybody's had a chance to read it.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And the only other thing is, the tax sale list was also on the table with that. We're down to $85,925.55 as a total delinquent, balance due. And the list of the tax sale properties is, I'm down to basically the Antco mobile home as a whole and a few others here and there. So, struggle is real, but I'm getting through. And you can move right on,
Moving right on.
unless you have something else for me.
What's quick? Wendy.
Yes. Okay, so we have minutes from glorious town meeting day, March 5th. I think you all have seen them. I also sent them to Phil, moderator, who had one edit, which I also sent to you guys.
Got it.
He just wanted me to add, something where his reference was at the beginning of the meeting when he looked something up in the handbook. So I added the chapter and page of that reference. But other than that, it's 10 pages of stuff.
How many times did you watch the video?
I did zero typing that day. It was so busy. I had to watch the whole movie I had to go back and watch parts of it several times because, as you know, Article 6 got a little crazy. Yeah, but we got through it, and I think they're pretty good. So if you think they're good, we'll
I make
put
a
it
motion
behind
to
us.
accept those minutes.
Not gonna ask.
Have a second?
Second.
All those say aye?
Aye.
Aye. You ask her.
I'm gonna have Richard sign these because he was the chair at the time of town meeting. You trying to give me
Right back at you, Richard.
Zavalot every year.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, so, the next set of minutes were from 2 days after town meeting. We met on March 7th, and Vern, you will have to sign those because Richard wasn't there, so.
Make the motion to accept those minutes.
Have a second. Thank you. All those who say aye?
Aye.
Aye.
This is for you, Vern. Thank you. Okay, so I have some paperwork that needs to be signed. You made a motion for Mary to continue as our health officer. And we do have a form that needs to be signed by the chair of the select board in support of Mary continuing. So there's that. You already made a motion
Okay.
on her appointment. And then I can send that in. I think just Vern needs
Yeah.
to sign it. Let's see. School board seat. Highgate has an open seat on the Missisquoi Valley School District Board. They did put a flyer out to contact Bonnie Moulton if you're interested. Currently, Highgate has Rennick, Darnell Martin, and Jen Chevalier serving on that board, but we do have an empty seat. Along those same lines, the school budget failed, and we have been given a revote date of April 30th. So we will be at the arena for that revote because school will be in session, so we can't be at the school. I haven't seen a number yet, but I expect to see that soon to get that warned. And they said ballots are already ordered, so I don't know what the new school budget number is. I haven't seen it.
I haven't either.
But there's the two questions, the budget and then the allowing them to borrow in anticipation of taxes that was also voted down. So there'll be two questions on that ballot. And so there'll be more to come on that, but April 30th, Shelley and I will be at the arena from 7 to 7.
Can we get absentees for that?
He's just.
Anybody that got an absentee for town meeting will automatically get one. Yep. Yeah, so as soon as I have those, I'll get those out. We have an open seat on the planning commission. We did publish that, didn't get any takers. So I don't know if anybody's got any ideas, friends, family.
Planning commission, you said?
Planning commission, it's a pretty minimal commitment. They meet once a month, the third Tuesday of the month at 6 o'clock for a couple of hours. Kind of a fun board. It's Luke Dupuy, Tom Conley, Jack Pelkey, and Scott Bassett.
Who came off board?
Robin Klein.
Oh, yeah, that's
She
right.
had a job conflict, so she actually took an open seat on the
I
DRB.
remember that.
So she moved over. And then your open seat on the select board, we did get one letter of interest from Ben Lowell. I shared it with you all. I think there's a copy on the table. I don't know if you want to continue to advertise or if you want to take that opportunity. Ben has served as our constable. He briefly was a justice of the peace, but had a work conflict, Hatch Act. He is state active, he goes to town meeting, he votes, he watches our videos because he messages me all the time about things he saw or read. So he's interested in filling that seat, which would be till next town meeting, at which time he would reach around the ballot to continue. So, I don't know how you feel about that.
We'd be interested in talking to Ben.
You wanna talk to Ben? Cause I asked him if he wanted to come tonight and I didn't hear back from him.
Okay. So we'll be more than glad to talk.
You wanna interview him? Talk to him?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're kicking this can down the road till you meet Ben?
Not that far. That'll be.
How did I know? All right, so I'll let him know you wanna talk to him when? Next meeting? Which would
Yes.
be April 4th. April 4,
Maybe a half hour prior,
so at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock, April 4th. Maybe
Before you
some-
make that commitment, are we talking about changing our meeting time permanently? Because we kicked that down the road last meeting too. So,
I'm fine with 6:30 based on my work hours, but there's 3 other people here, so let me hear your input. I can bend.
I personally see it start at 6, but you're the chair, so if the chair came here at 6:30, then
Well, that's why we have a vice chair.
I'm good with 6.
You're good with that?
I'm good with 6.
I don't care, 6, yeah. Might be late coming
I'm fine with 6. We give it a try until you get tired of starting the meetings and he's showing up 15 minutes late.
Should be fine.
Okay.
Okay, so.
I need to make a motion.
Yeah, please.
All right, we're gonna make a motion starting on the April 4th meeting. This means we gotta start at 5:30 though.
That's right, that's why I
That
asked.
That's what she
ain't that ain't
said.
gonna work.
All you need is 15 minutes.
All right,
We're done.
to
I
start
think we
all
need 30
select board
minutes.
meetings, starting with the April 4th, 2024.
I said, I'm ready to go.
Select board meeting to start at 6 o'clock PM.
Yes.
Forward
Is
note.
there a second on that?
Second.
Okay,
All those say aye?
Aye.
Aye.
so we'll ask Ben to come at 5:45 that day? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we'll
Let's
take the day
see.
off.
Pretty much.
We have a librarian that's leaving, so
Sad.
that job is also posted. I think those are due March 28th. There's a posting here. Full-time position. You can drop off your stuff, email your stuff to Shelley. But there's a posting on that on our social media and our website, and on the library's page as well. Let's see. Shelley and I decided we are closing this office on Eclipse Day. We're gonna work remote that day. We just, to be quite honest, we didn't wanna be a public restroom facility. And I think that's what would have happened.
Well, they're actually recommending it across the state.
Yeah, so
To shelter down. if
we
you
can do what we need to do,
Yeah.
and stay home and not deal with the chaos. So that is posted, that we are closed to the public. We will likely still be working.
Yeah, it's a payroll nightmare, we'll be working.
Yes.
Exactly.
Everyone wants to be paid.
Everyone wants to be paid. Let's see. The rabies clinic is this weekend, and we're still having it, even with some snow. I don't have time to reschedule it, based on the arena schedule and the state's deadline of registering dogs by April 1st. So it doesn't look horrendous, in the morning. So we're gonna go ahead with the rabies clinic, 9 to noon at the arena. And I have HVFD will be there to help in the parking lot. Cheryl Wilkins, Pause for Thought, is our vet. She has a full crew. I have my crew, 2 licensed dogs. So Richard's gonna be mopping the floor, right, Richard?
Yep.
Are you coming, Mary?
Yep.
Mary will be there, Shelby will be there. So we should have, more than enough Sharon's coming to help with paperwork. So rabies clinic is on as scheduled. And I think the only other thing I have for you guys is the 2024 catering list.
Yep.
It's a copy on the table, I emailed it to you. It's just me signing off on liquor permit requests that are then forwarded to the state for final approval. It just keeps things timely rather than wait weeks before I see you guys. We have a list of caterers we use all the time. It's mostly field days, wine tastings. There's an event coming up at the arena in 2 weeks, the Make-A-Wish banquet. I just got that request today for the bar for that. So if you will just approve me to sign off on those requests as they come in on behalf of the town.
I make the motion to appoint Wendy to sign off on that list for the town.
I'll second. All those who say aye?
Aye.
Okay, I think that that's it for me. Hazardous Waste Day, April 27th. I'll follow up on that as it gets closer. It's early, it's usually on Green Up Day, but this year it's a week early, and I think I'm done.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Town Administrator Sharon.
Okay, so the Cathedral Square letter of support actually was a little bit of a misnomer. They actually need a public hearing for an application that they're putting in for additional funding to do the senior housing. So we will have a hearing that is noticed next meeting on April 4th. The Recreation Department / Arena received a award of $408,000. And they are going to use that for a new roof and a new front entrance that makes it more energy efficient.
Awesome.
I did make a little bit of a presentation here for grant funding. We have 2 grants that are coming up, so I want you to be aware of what's happening. So on the airport, The funding total that we have at this point, is $4,283,108. We have a grant of $1,538,000 from Economic Development. V-Trans is giving us $1 million, but 200 of that is for their own hookups. We have a CRRP grant for $700,000. We had voted in August of 2022 to use town ARPA money of $238,000 toward this project. Northern Borders Regional Commission has given us $507,108, and we had actually had a public bond vote approving $500,000. Estimated construction cost at this point are $3,076,000. This is based on 2022 cost. There was contingencies in that budget for $339,000. We are waiting for the notice to proceed from EDA in order to get the real cost from bidders. But you'll notice we should have enough money here. We shouldn't, I'm crossing my fingers, not have to use the bond vote for that. And with any luck, we won't have to use the town ARPA money for that. That's the state hookup fees that are back roughly $200,000. We should have adequate funds to pay for this project in hand. But I will warn you that right now the price of everything has skyrocketed. And the engineers are doing some investigation just to see whether the contingency we have built into this will cover it, or whether we will have to use those other funds. So, more to learn. The other project we have is the Highgate Transfer Station bank stabilization. That's basically what I call slide 2 and 3. We have funding for $2,872,75, which is $1,784,850.75 from FEMA. Vermont Emergency Management is going to be the match money for that grant at $573,972. The town in our CIP has set forth $242.50. What we've spent so far on that project, we've spent $286,591.44 so far on engineers and permitting. Rights are contracted for $1,989,600. They have $1,874,850 left because we've already paid them $114,000. We're expecting geodesign and cross consulting to cost another $250,000 to monitor that project's progress. So we're expecting that total to be $2,411,441. So we have funding for $2,600,872. So we're hoping that we have the full amount of that as well covered. And maybe we won't have to use all of our town CIP money, which would be nice, because sure, we'll have some of the place we have to use it. So that gives you an idea. I want you to know where the money's going, what we got, because there are going to be projects like the Macy Road where we don't have the funds. We don't have them. We've put in for loans. We're waiting. So these two projects that are scheduled to be done this summer are, cross your fingers and your toes, paid for.
Can you go back to the airport water and sewer, the 2022 estimate that you had for construction? Okay. All right, so I ran that just as you were saying, it's 2022 costs. I'm just figured out what it might cost now, just added 20% to that, we're 3.6. So we're still below the 4.2 for the money, but we might have to dip into some of the ARPA or the bond. So it looks like we're still under budget for that, so that's good.
Yeah, we'll see how that all sugars out, hopefully soon. I know that for the airport, we are going to be having a call with our federal delegation because we don't seem to be making any progress with EDA. So we need to have this moving. Part of this funding is that there's money available in these funds for other projects, but I can't access it because we haven't used the money we've already been given. So when the airport drags down everything else, I can't fund anything else. So we've got to get this money spent.
Is that money you gotta time out?
The money will time out. So we need to have more cooperation so that we can get this done and get it done quickly, so we can show the funders that we are using their money appropriately and judiciously. There is, for the Highgate transfer station, there's a pre-construction meeting on Monday at 11 a.m. So that project is, the contractors, Wright's Excavating, is very anxious to get going. It's a large project for them, and the fact that we delayed them a year because of the permitting, they're anxious to get going. Yeah. We've also applied for additional wastewater funds from Senator Sanders' congressionally directed funding to go toward the wastewater project in the village. And that's all I have.
Chair, did I just double, on the arena grant, that's 100%?
That's 100%.
100%? Okay, that's what I just wanted to make sure, so I can get the word out to let people know.
Yeah, no match for that.
It was federally earmarked through the federal budget,
Okay.
through, Peter Welch's office.
Peter Welch's
Is
office.
there any
okay.
chance that that entrance will be done before next hockey season?
0 chance.
0 chance?
That's right, nobody took
It's
my
much
money.
needed, that's all.
Rip the Band-Aid off.
Terrible politician right there, terrible politician. How dare you tell the truth?
'Cause that is a huge heat loss
It is.
every time those doors open.
It's dangerous.
But
And the
there
way it's
is a,
pitched, yeah.
there is a chance that the roof, the back side of the roof gets done
Okay.
this off-season, once RFP. And there's leaks there, and so I'm just gonna get RFPs out, I guess, for that.
Anything else before we go into executive?
Did you get my letter?
No?
Make the motion that we adjourn regular select board meeting and go into executive session.
Appointment to what?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, rail trail committee.
We'll take a verbal from you. What do you wanna do?
Well, yeah, when are you talking about that?
Northwest Rail Trail Committee,
Yeah, I had put my name in because I wanted the town to have a spot. But Ty has expressed some interest, and I'm
Awesome.
happy to let that position go to Ty.
Okay,
Awesome.
So he needs a motion.
Need a
for you
motion?
to-
Oh, make no second.
all those who say aye?
Aye.
perfect.
So when you
Thanks,
go to executive, you'll ask Casella to join you, please.
All right, let's make a motion to go into executive and with, forget, Ryan Deneen from Casella.
I'll make that motion.
Everybody have a good Easter.
All those say aye?
Anymore.
Aye.
See you later.
Good night, folks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nick.